4 True Scary Missing 411 Stories. Story 1. The Vanishing Hiker. In the summer of 2015, 22-year-old Morgan Heimer embarked on a dream job as a guide for a Wyoming-based rafting company. Known for his love of the outdoors and his friendly demeanor, Morgan was thrilled to lead a group of tourists through the breathtaking landscapes of the Grand Canyon. On a fateful day in June, Morgan and his group took a break near a secluded stretch of the Colorado River. As the group rested, Morgan stepped away, presumably to explore the nearby terrain. Little did anyone know that this would be the last time anyone would see him alive. As hours passed and Morgan failed to return, his fellow guides grew increasingly worried. They searched the immediate area, calling out his name and scouring the rugged terrain for any sign of their missing colleague. But as night fell and their efforts proved fruitless, they were forced to contact the authorities. In the days that followed, a massive search and rescue operation was launched. Teams of experienced rangers, along with search dogs and helicopter support, combed the area where Morgan had last been seen. The search was complicated by the Grand Canyon's treacherous landscape, with its steep cliffs, deep ravines, and vast expanses of unforgiving wilderness. Despite the intensive efforts, no trace of Morgan was ever found. The only clues to his disappearance were the bright clothing he had been wearing and a distinct purple water bottle he had been carrying at the time. These items should have made him easy to spot in the rugged terrain, but they were never located. As the search stretched on for weeks and then months, speculation about Morgan's fate ran rampant. Some believed that he had simply become lost and succumbed to the harsh elements of the canyon. Others suspected a more sinister fate, perhaps an encounter with a dangerous animal, or even foul play. For Morgan's family and friends, the uncertainty was unbearable. They held out hope that he might be found alive, clinging to the idea that he had somehow survived against all odds. But as time passed and no new evidence emerged, they were forced to confront the painful reality that Morgan might never come home. Today, Morgan's disappearance remains one of the most perplexing and heartbreaking cases in the annals of missing persons investigations. His story has become part of the larger mystery of the missing 411 phenomenon, which has seen countless individuals vanish under strange and unexplained circumstances in national parks and wilderness areas across North America. For those who knew and loved Morgan, the search for answers continues. They hold on to the hope that someday, somehow, the truth about what happened to him will be revealed. Until then, his memory lives on as a reminder of the untold stories and unanswered questions that haunt the wild places of our world. Story 2. The Haunting Disappearance of Stacey Aris. 14-year-old Stacey Aris was a vibrant, adventurous girl who loved nothing more than spending time in the great outdoors. In the summer of 1981, she embarked on a horseback riding trip with her father and a group of friends in the stunning wilderness of Yosemite National Park. It was a trip that would change their lives forever. On the morning of July 17th, Stacey and her father set out on a day of exploration and fishing. While her father spent the morning angling in a nearby stream, Stacey wandered off to take in the breathtaking scenery on horseback. It was a common occurrence for the independent teenager, and her father thought nothing of it at the time. As the hours passed and Stacey failed to return, her father grew increasingly concerned. He searched the area where she had been riding, calling out her name and hoping to catch a glimpse of her distinctive red jacket. But as the sun began to set and there was still no sign of Stacey, he knew that something was terribly wrong. The park rangers were notified, and a massive search effort was launched. Hundreds of volunteers, along with trained search and rescue teams, combed the rugged terrain of Yosemite, searching for any trace of the missing girl. But despite their best efforts, no sign of Stacey was ever found. In the years that followed, the case of Stacey Aris became one of the most haunting and enduring mysteries in the history of Yosemite National Park. Theories about her disappearance ranged from the plausible to the paranormal, with some suggesting that she had been abducted by a stranger, while others claimed that she had been taken by supernatural forces. One particularly intriguing lead emerged years after Stacey's disappearance, when a witness came forward claiming to have seen a girl matching her description in a distant city. The sighting prompted a new round of investigations, but ultimately led nowhere, leaving Stacey's family and friends with more questions than answers. Today, Stacey's case remains unsolved, a testament to the enduring mystery of the missing 411 phenomenon. Her story has become a cautionary tale for those who venture into the wilderness, a reminder of the untold dangers and secrets that lurk in even the most beautiful of natural settings. For Stacey's loved ones, the pain of her loss has never faded. They continue to hold out hope that someday, somehow, the truth about what happened to her will be revealed. Until then, they keep her memory alive, cherishing the bright, adventurous spirit of a girl who loved life and the great outdoors. Story 3: The Baffling Case of Dennis Martin. In the summer of 1969, the Martin family set out on a camping trip to the Great Smoky Mountains, eager to spend time together in one of America's most beautiful natural settings. 6-year-old Dennis Martin was especially excited, looking forward to exploring the lush forests and towering peaks of the park. On the afternoon of June 14th, Dennis was playing hide-and-seek with his brothers and other children near the family's campsite. As the game progressed, Dennis ventured further into the woods, disappearing from sight. At first, his family thought nothing of it, assuming that he was simply hiding in a particularly clever spot. But as the minutes turned into hours and Dennis failed to reappear, a sense of dread began to settle over the campsite. The family searched the surrounding area, calling out his name and combing the dense underbrush for any sign of the missing boy. When their efforts proved fruitless, they contacted the park rangers, setting in motion one of the largest search and rescue operations in the history of the Great Smoky Mountains. In the days that followed, hundreds of volunteers, National Guard troops, and even Green Berets scoured the rugged terrain, searching for any trace of Dennis. Bloodhounds were brought in to track his scent, and helicopters equipped with infrared cameras swept the area from above. But despite the massive effort, no sign of the boy was ever found. The case took a bizarre turn when a man came forward claiming to have seen a disheveled boy matching Dennis's description walking with a rough-looking man in the days after his disappearance. The sighting prompted a flurry of speculation and renewed search efforts, but the lead ultimately went nowhere, leaving investigators grasping at straws. As the weeks turned into months and the search efforts gradually scaled back, Dennis's family was left to grapple with the agonizing reality of his disappearance. The case became a national sensation, with headlines and television specials chronicling the ongoing mystery. In the decades since, the disappearance of Dennis Martin has become one of the most enduring and baffling cases in the annals of missing persons investigations. Theories about his fate have ranged from kidnapping to otherworldly intervention, but no concrete answers have ever emerged. For Dennis's family, the pain of his loss has never abated. They have continued to search for answers, holding out hope that someday the truth about what happened to their beloved son and brother will be revealed. Today, Dennis's case remains a haunting reminder of the untold mysteries that lurk in the wilderness, and the unimaginable heartbreak of a family left to wonder what might have been. Story 4: The Unsettling Tale of Jared Atadero. In the fall of 1999, the Atadero family set out on a group hike in the beautiful Comanche Peak wilderness of Colorado, looking forward to a day of outdoor adventure and bonding. Among the hikers was 3-year-old Jared Atadero, a bright and curious child who loved nothing more than exploring the natural world around him. As the group made their way along the trail, Jared's father, Alan, noticed that the boy had wandered slightly ahead of the rest of the hikers. Thinking nothing of it, Alan called out to his son to stay within sight. But when he rounded the next bend, Jared was nowhere to be seen. Panic set in as the family searched the area, calling out Jared's name and scouring the dense forest for any sign of the missing child. As the hours passed and their efforts proved fruitless, they contacted the authorities, setting in motion a massive search and rescue effort. In the days and weeks that followed, hundreds of volunteers and trained search teams combed the rugged terrain of the Comanche Peak wilderness, searching for any trace of Jared. But despite their best efforts, no sign of the boy was found, and the search gradually scaled back. The case took a bizarre turn 4 years later when a group of hikers stumbled upon a scattering of children's clothing on a mountainside, miles from where Jared had disappeared. The clothing, which included a distinctive pair of overalls that Jared had been wearing on the day of his disappearance, showed no signs of animal attack or weathering, deepening the mystery surrounding the case. The discovery of the clothing prompted a new round of investigations and speculation, with some suggesting that Jared had been abducted and later abandoned on the mountain, while others pointed to more supernatural explanations. But despite the renewed efforts, no concrete answers emerged, leaving the Atadero family with more questions than answers. In the years since, the disappearance of Jared Atadero has become one of the most haunting and unsettling cases in the annals of missing persons investigations. The case has garnered national attention and has been featured in numerous books, television shows, and podcasts exploring the mysteries of the missing 411 phenomenon. For the Atadero family, the pain of Jared's loss has never faded. They continue to search for answers, holding out hope that someday the truth about what happened to their beloved son and brother will be revealed. Today, Jared's case remains a testament to the enduring mysteries that lurk in the wilderness, and the unimaginable heartbreak of a family left to grapple with the unknown. So, which story gave you the biggest chills? Drop a comment below and let us know. And if you've got a scary story of your own, share it. Who knows, it might end up in our next video.